Here we go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of the College Gamer Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Tudor, and with me, as always, to your left, Nick Tudor, my brother. How you doing, Nick?
Good as usual.
That's pretty good. Straight ahead of you, you got the returning person. There we go.
Okay.
Will Powell. How you doing, Will?
I'm good. I'm confused as to how it's to their left, because we're just kind of disembodied voices to them.
Well, to them, but if they have stereo headphones, this is left and that's right.
Clever. Y'all should get
stereo headphones. This is recorded in stereo, so I mean it should
nice.
Be
clever.
Yeah, hey, yeah. And then to the right, we have the man who's never seen Top Gun all the way through, Logan Sowers. How you doing, Logan?
Come on, man.
Well,
Have you
Top
really
Gun
not
was I never have seen Top Gun. I'm doing
Really?
well. I never have seen Top Gun all the way through.
Really?
Just like I've
That's
never
amazing.
seen a single Mission Impossible movie all the way through.
I haven't either.
I've
I
never
said a
seen
Top Gun
Valkyrie, I've never
reference.
seen Inglourious Bastards.
You'd have to see Top Gun.
No, I haven't.
You have
Nope.
to.
No, I have seen Risky Business.
That's ridiculous.
I did a Top Gun reference with Logan this morning, or not this morning, but earlier today, and he never got it. He thought I was a trucker.
He said 10-4, good buddy.
I said 10-4, good buddy, and he said we're not truckers, and I said, go again, Iceman? And he was like,
Wouldn't it be Scarecrow?
wouldn't it be Scarecrow,
This
which
my
is his airsoft
airsoft
name,
call
but, you know, whatever.
If any of you are big airsofters, leave that in the comments. We love to talk to fellow airsofters. Or sister airsofters, although there's almost none out there.
Yeah. So how have you guys been doing this week? It's
Finals
dead.
week, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I had one. I'm done now. I had one final this week, though.
So, Logan, you're out. You're on break.
I'm a free man.
That's pretty nice.
So, spring.
This has been my dead week at UK. So I've been just working on different projects, finishing up some final papers, turning them in, getting them graded, studying for finals next week.
All that jazz.
All that jazz. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't written any news articles or opinion articles or anything at all on the College Gamer website. So that's why. Nick, how you doing? You
asked me that already.
No, yesterday. Wait, no, explain to everybody what you did yesterday. It was really cool. I mean, it's not for your YouTube, but it's for your school.
Yeah, I have a stop motion event that I'm in, and we just started filming.
Yeah, Nick's part of that high school motion. What is it?
Moving pictures.
They meet the first 2 Wednesdays of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the Quidditch team meets the second 2 Wednesdays.
Oh,
because
okay.
most of our members are also in the stop motion club.
Cool. Nick's part of the stop motion club there. Mm-hmm. He was at Asbury yesterday, working on stuff in their studio.
Asbury in the Vatican.
Yeah, pretty cool. But besides that, that's all the college news. If we really want to talk about that,
Guy, quick thing to say.
Sure.
That has nothing to do with games.
I know. But let's get into something that we really care about.
Games.
There
you go.
Games.
Let's do the news.
Games.
No.
Can I get it?
No.
Can I?
No.
Can I?
No,
Can I
you
get a
can't.
drum roll,
No.
please?
Stop.
Alrighty.
We always get a drum roll.
Wait, I have a question.
It always hurts.
If it's in stereo,
hurt.
I'm sitting directly in between the two. So am I just coming
They're hearing you.
No,
from both
you're
directions.
you're really. It's like me. You can hear me from both headphones.
Sweet. So we're very prominent members.
We're very prominent,
men.
man. They just hear Nick in
So-
the left and Logan in the
You're
right.
in the hot seat.
Aw.
I'm
They're
always
their
right.
conscience right
we're-
now.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm always right.
play a game.
think-
So we are you,
Play games.
And
Your
you are
conscience.
we.
We are us.
And war, as,
We are
as
the collective.
As Joshua
We are the
in
board.
War Games goes, let's play a game.
Yeah.
All right.
Love
Enough
that
with the
movie.
gibberish here.
Simulated.
Enough
Love
with
that
the clamoring gibberish or whatever. Let's
Let's
move into the first news story of the day. Let's move into the first news story of the day. A game I'm really excited for. Got a release date announced.
The Last of Us.
That was already released, Logan, last year.
Oh,
This year, actually, a few months back. Elder Scrolls Online.
yes. Are they going to require? What was
Oh.
the?
Well, I'll get to that in just a second. But the release date, essentially, it's a broken up release date. Essentially, they are releasing it for PC first.
Oh, the bastards.
In
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. On April 4th, 2014. Pretty cool. I mean, the PC gamers will be able to test it out, work out all the bugs, and then they haven't given a specific date, but they say June 2014 for next-gen consoles, Xbox One and PS4.
June? Nice.
June 2014. I think that's great because that means I'll be out of, my classes will be done, and I'll have a chance to actually sit down and really play it. Yeah, hopefully really play it. My job, not, hopefully not taking that much of my time.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. I'm super stoked for it, but like you were saying, Logan, the subscription part of it all, they're going to charge a monthly subscription fee.
Are they really?
They are. For I don't know about consoles, because what I heard is they won't require PlayStation Plus for you to play it. That way they get people who don't have PlayStation Plus to pay the $15 a month. But the problem they're running into is that people can't play MMOs, massively multiplayer online games, on the Xbox One without having Xbox Live. So people aren't wanting to spend $60 a year
Advantage
on
Sony.
top of $15 a month.
That's all.
That's a problem.
So, then a reasonable hypothesis would be that it's going to be more popular online, like PC or
PS4.
So it'll always be more popular.
Well, the thing is, here's my prediction. Either they have like 3 options here. One, somehow they work out a deal with Microsoft and get it included on, like they exclude Xbox Live for Elder Scrolls Online. That would be smart on Microsoft's part. If it can be worked out. Definitely. That might not be possible. It's just because you're accessing online friend lists and everything.
The Xbox One, man.
That's complicated. Second, they just don't charge they just require PlayStation Plus for, PS4 users.
To balance it out.
Yeah, and not charge a monthly fee.
But that might give them less business, and the
people who want to play it will get it.
Yeah, they'll still get... Yeah, they'll get that. The people who will want to pay will get that. Also, they'll have a huge PC following.
It'll be mostly a PC game.
Well, I don't know. Elder Scrolls has always been a console-centric game. Yeah. Like, swing your left hand with the left trigger and swing your right hand with the right trigger. Yeah.
So it's logical.
It's really cool. I'm pretty excited for it. I just don't want to pay $15 a month to play it.
I don't want to pay $60 for the game, but
that's another thing. That's another thing people are kind of. That's part of the second one. Make the game like if you're gonna charge it, make the game like the disc or the download or whatever like $20, 20 or 30, $40.
Just for the game itself.
Yeah, just for the game itself, just to get the content, everything.
I mean,
like $40.
But if it's that big of a game. You might need to charge more, yeah.
Yeah, but if it's that big of a game, you're going to be charging people.
It's true.
$15 a month. For a download.
But then there's also you have to keep up the servers.
If you want the disc,
like that.
I've always thought about this. I have always thought that digital versions of games need to cost less than $60.
That's true.
Essentially, all the costs of making the disc, printing off the case. Making the case, everything, and distributing it.
Which is actually probably not all that expensive.
No, probably not all that expensive.
Especially with the numbers they're making.
But just putting it on your server for people to download, that's a lot less expensive.
That's true.
And they're still charging $60 for that. So, if you're going to get it digitally, I think they should really push the digital version, right? And make it cost less. And then if you want the physical...
Because it's also not as long-lasting, the digital version.
Right. I don't know. But the third option that they have is just make the entire game go free to play because they don't have a huge player base. That's what Star Wars...
So, freemium.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what Star Wars The Old Republic did.
Great game.
Star Wars The Old Republic was... I'm pretty sure it's the most expensive MMO ever made.
It is.
The absolute,
And do you think that the Elder Scrolls will top that?
I think so.
No,
I really think so.
Don't think so.
From what I've seen, it looks like it will.
No.
I don't know about as expensive
The
because I haven't really released those kind of numbers.
Alex versus Nick.
But I think it will be pretty good. But the thing is with Star Wars: The Old Republic is they created this huge game, right?
Yeah.
And they charge people $15 a month. The normal MMO, the World of Warcraft charging model.
How is that doing? How's
They have declined in numbers, but they still have 8 million
Yeah.
Users.
Like, I mean, I'm
It's
talking
dying.
regular users.
It's dying, but it's dying fighting.
Yeah. I mean, its peak hit like 4, 5, 6 years ago when they hit like 12 million people regularly.
Tell us about it. How was it, Alex?
It was amazing. But that was the good old days before it all went to shit. I mean, it was...
What happened?
It was...
That's the first time anyone's cussed on this thing other than me. Totally.
No, it's not.
I think it was.
It's
No,
just...
it's not.
Alright, it doesn't matter.
That game was good.
Why did you stop playing?
It got boring.
Were you so good that...
No, I wasn't good.
Aaron, like, really good at that?
Yeah, he was really good. But me, I sucked at
Eighth on
it.
the Surfer or something?
Yeah. I sucked at it, really.
Didn't
It
you-
just got boring. Things got too repetitive. And they tried to alleviate with that repetitiveness, but they just kind of just pushed me out. It was whatever. I think Elder Scrolls is really good, but I think they're going to go the way of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Why? Because they have this big game, they're charging people $15 a month, but what The Old Republic had was people didn't want to spend that $15 a month because the game, the end content, when you reach your max level, there's nothing to do at that. So they lost people. So essentially, they just lost a huge player base. Nobody ever came back to do anything, and they went free to play. Like, I mean, it was like half a year after the game launched, they went free to play.
And how did everything go after that?
After that, now they have pretty good numbers.
Yeah,
they have
they
rising
do.
numbers.
They do.
How old is the game? I've seen ads for it.
It's like
ads for it for a
2 or
long
3
time.
years old.
I thought it was like 2011.
It's like 2 years old. 2 or 3 years old.
I know.
Next year it'll be 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another game that I really like is Guild Wars 2. And I really wish, I was hoping that the Elder Scrolls would go by their pricing model. Essentially, what Guild Wars 2 does is they do it like any other video game. You pay $60 once, and the game's yours. No subscription fee, nothing.
No DRM.
You have all the content right there for you, but you have the option of buying with real money in-game items that you might find useful.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the best MMOs, and they have great player base and everything like that because they just charge $60. You know,
I mean, and they probably made a ton of money.
they
off of that,
did.
and
I mean,
and
it's being supported. You know, but Bethesda and ZeniMax Online, they just want to go for the money, and that's going to kill them in the end because nobody can run on the World of Warcraft model anymore. That was a model made and based in 2004. It doesn't work today at all.
It's a failed model.
It is. It was a successful model
For a little bit.
for a little bit because it was the first of its kind.
It was new and innovative, and once the innovation wears off, people are not going to pay the same price for what
People just go back to their Call of Duty, or if they want
paid
to,
for once.
yeah, or like for Elder Scrolls, if they want to go play Elder Scrolls, they'll just go play Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know, for free. Well, essentially, I mean, they pay
Yeah.
for the game, but they play it as much as they want. 150 hours, 200 hours, free.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
Good game.
All right, let's move on. That was great. I'm excited for it. I think they include 30 days free.
That's nice.
You know, a free month just to test
Yeah.
out the game. But if after I spend
That's
$60
good,
on
yeah.
it, and I don't know. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Assassin's Creed 4 DLC, downloadable content that's coming out very soon. This past Monday, the most recent new DLC released. It's called, I think it's this past Monday, Blackbeard's Wrath. That is multiplayer stuff where you can play as Blackbeard, the pirate.
Arr.
Comes with a brand new, if you're playing on PlayStation or Xbox One, brand new trophies and achievements.
What was Blackbeard's real name?
Blackie.
Oh, you're hurting me because it says it in the game, actually.
I'll tell you
It
what.
was Edward, wasn't
It
it?
was Edward Teach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, you're
I'm a
right.
history major.
Because
so-
it actually says
The angry history nerd.
I think it says right here. Anyway.
His beard often caught on fire.
It did, because he had, like things lit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the picture he has, it's like pieces of,
burning coal or something.
like, I don't want to say, incense, but they're like, you know what I'm saying, but they burn, and they have that effect.
Which is really cool, but
in the
you gotta have
game,
the beard
in
for
the
it.
game, he's doing like
How
this
much does it
interrogation of this guy with those things burning and everything, and he's like opening their face, like talking to him, and it's seriously pretty intimidating.
How much does it cost?
The Blackbeard DLC for multiplayer costs $2.99, or it's free if you have the season pass.
That's not bad at all. I might
Nope.
get that.
$2.99.
I have those $20 of PlayStation
really
dollars. I haven't spent them yet. So.
Nice.
I'm assuming they don't expire.
I would get if you're really into Assassin's Creed, I would just buy the season pass for $20.
Okay, well, yeah, I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it so far. It's pretty cool.
The second piece of DLC that's coming out, which everybody's been talking about, the Freedom Cry DLC
for AC4,
Assassin's Creed 4. It will be released on December 18th for PS3 and PS4, and December 17th, a day earlier, for Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC, which is odd.
Don't say that. We're biased. We're unbiased.
I didn't say boo. I said you. You.
But yeah, if it's also free.
Bullshit.
It's also free if you have the season pass.
Yes,
and I believe it's
season pass. I'll probably end up getting that like tonight.
The Freedom Cry DLC is essentially your first mate Adewale. You play as him. He's African American, and you free slaves. You essentially do everything you do in Assassin's Creed 4. Just you don't free pirates, you free slaves. And it's a whole new story. It's pretty cool. New trophies, new achievements, whatever. I believe it's going to be $14.99 or free if you have the season pass. Both of those I'm pretty excited for. I'm still working on the platinum for Assassin's Creed 4.
Why?
Why? Because it's going to be...
You and your platinums.
It feels good when you run it.
How long do you have until you platinum, do you think?
For the main game, I'm sitting at 84% completion.
Is that what you do when you're not doing homework or you're playing Assassin's Creed?
I usually play... if I'm playing PS4, I usually just work on the Assassin's Creed 4 Platinum. It's just a lot of multiplayer.
I've been playing Battlefield.
That's really what it is.
A lot.
The next Platinum I'm going to go for is Battlefield 4.
I don't even...
When it's... Actually, speaking of Battlefield 4, let's move into our next... That's a good segue right there, isn't it?
Woo! Not you or boo, it's you. Woo!
EA is being investigated by a law firm over Battlefield 4.
Oh, for the glitches?
Yeah. Essentially, the firm is investigating whether EA complied with federal security laws when making public statements regarding Battlefield 4 between the days of July 24th and December 4th, 2013.
Why? What happened? Oh, you mean when they were blaming Sony for it?
Yeah. A press release issued by the firm says the investigation focuses on statements issued during that time regarding the development and sales of the company's Battlefield 4 video game and the game's impact on EA's revenues and projects moving forward. Essentially, they're saying that EA misused the public trust. Or deceive the public trust, essentially. Saying that the game was not glitch-free, pretty much, perfect for release, and it's not. Let's see.
I haven't had
that was an untested statement, so there's something there.
Yeah.
But that just seems like they're getting bad rap.
They say that unstable servers, DLC bugs, various other bugs, like crashes and whatnot, have led to a number of consumer complaints.
Well, we didn't pay money for a glitchy game.
Right, exactly.
We paid for a game that was expected to run perfectly.
Exactly, or at least a little bit.
And it probably will.
Well enough. Yeah.
Within the
when it runs,
future.
it runs fine.
It runs very well. But there were some pretty big. Like again, my save file for my campaign was corrupted. I lost all of my progress.
Get this: people on Xbox One who bought Battlefield Premium are calling. I think it's either Microsoft or EA and demanding refunds for their premium purchase, their Battlefield Premium purchase, and they're getting it.
Oh, damn.
They're getting their refund. Now, there's no news on whether or not they keep their premium status.
That's true, yeah.
They may take that away, but there is no evidence that they are taking it away. So...
Microsoft fans are a lot more vocal than we Sony fans, apparently.
Right now, out of all this, EA has given everybody a free gun attachment that only the developers got. The 1911 scope. Yeah,
Why
it's...
would they give that to everybody else?
Huh? Because if they developed the game, they got a special, something.
You get a free digital scope if you develop a game for us. Woo!
Well, hey, I mean, if you develop...
if you're building
you're
a game,
one-upped on everybody else.
Yeah, if you're actually creating
most powerful
the game, you
handgun in
could
the
create
game.
something in there that only you knew how to get. Something cool like that. Some little quirk that's only yours.
Yep.
And it's just that
and the
cool.
1911, zoomed-in scope is sick. Seriously, you're zooming in and... Yeah. But yeah, the Battlefield 4 Platinum I'm going to work on. It's not hard. There's only 2 or 3 multiplayer trophies. And one of them is getting 45 kills with the 1911, which is easy, and reaching level 22. Yeah. The rest of the game...
I'm almost at level 22, so...
The rest
25.
of the trophies are all story-based trophies.
It was 25.
So when the game's fixed and it's not crashing on me, I'm going to go back through the story and just work on
The game shouldn't be
it.
crashing now. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's been working pretty well lately.
I mentioned something earlier about me trying to play China Rising and found out that all the servers are empty, and every time I got on one, I was the only player on the map.
Yeah, that's weird. I've been
That's
thinking...
interesting. I mean, that could be
flags.
fun within its own way.
Yeah.
It's like, for those of you who are out there and you just want to shoot people...
After
you have
about
fun with
10
that.
minutes,
I
got
do
off
enjoy
the map.
doing random crap on the field
Right.
occasionally, like riding the quad bikes and making them go flying.
Yeah, that's cool. That's always fun.
That's ridiculously fun.
What's fun
Not
is killing
not
the
even
enemy
doing
and
that.
winning the game.
Getting in jeeps and stuff
That's
and
what it's
making
all
them
about.
do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
you guys are all
crazier,
about
sophisticated.
winning. It's just like have fun while you're winning, you know.
Oh, I do have fun while I'm winning.
Winning
When
is
I'm
the fun.
losing, I'm not having that much fun.
No, I'm getting
Yeah,
angry.
it's generally when my team is losing badly that I go do random crap,
Yeah.
which
That's
might
why-
make me
that's
the
why I
worst kind
start
of person.
charging,
But,
taking
you know,
stuff and winning the game because I'm a badass.
I'm not very good at that.
I thought about getting premium. I thought about trying
You
to
should do
get
it.
kill
It's
zone
worth
and
it.
getting premium.
Premium is totally worth it.
In the end, I think it will be worth it, but right now as it stands... Because
Well,
I haven't played Battlefield. I rarely play Battlefield because I'm afraid it's just going to crash on
You're
me.
gonna get 35 kills and it's gonna crash.
Yeah.
haven't had it
Yep. That's
crash.
exactly what I'm scared of.
It hasn't
I haven't had
crashed
it
in
crash
a while.
mid-game, and I haven't had it crash in forever.
Really.
Actually,
Yeah,
it crashed
I-
a couple days ago, but that was after the game.
Yeah, it never
See, that's what I
crashes
kind of
mid-game.
found. Yeah.
It always finishes the game, and then it's like, an error occurred. It's like, okay, so maybe in the process of loading a new map, an error happens. I've never
I think
had
it's
it
like
happen.
this unstable server stuff they're talking
What's
about.
that map with the islands and there's like a tsunami on it? Or the hurricane or whatever?
Partial
the giant
storm.
boat.
Partial storm, yes.
I love
I
that
got
one.
Playing
killed by
Partial-
that freaking boat that comes on land. It's
Yeah.
like, that's not even cool.
I haven't
I
even
was
seen
Just
playing-
like,
I was
Oh.
playing
a
Partial
boat
Storm.
crashes. I haven't even played that map.
I was
Really?
playing Partial
No.
Storm
No,
this
there's like-
morning, listening to
We'll have to play it.
Rocket Man by Elton John, and it was amazing.
the hurricane comes in, and so one of the battleships that's just out there floating just comes onto one of the islands and like crushes all sorts of stuff. And
Right.
if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you will get killed by the boat.
That's awesome.
It's like when you're
That's
playing
not
the,
even okay.
What's that dam? The one with the dam on it?
I
got
know what
killed
you're
by-
talking about. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, like when the
I
dam
was
collapses,
sniping.
it can kill you.
I was sniping way up by the dam, and I was like, there was stuff falling. And I looked up,
Yeah, you looked
and then
up
all
and
of a
this
sudden the
giant
dam
concrete
just
slab,
comes down
like,
on
fell
me.
him. It was awesome.
See, those kind of moments are awesome, aren't
Battlefield
they?
moments.
Battlefield moments are awesome.
Yeah, that was epic too because I was sitting next to him and look at this big concrete slab like.
I'm really hoping that the PS4 people get the Second Assault maps, which are essentially repurposed Battlefield 3 maps, like the fan favorite ones.
Like the Midwest map
Midwest map.
with where Nick played with the bike that one time. Like
I don't think about that. I don't think that
Oh,
one.
that was
But I
fun.
think Operation Firestorm. I know Operation Firestorm's in there, like the big desert one that I always like to snipe on.
yeah,
That one's on there,
gosh,
and
you
it's
would get
bigger.
some epic sniping
And they
fights. It was
have
fun to watch.
they have like they implement the whole Levolution stuff. so new stuff can explode and come down.
At the moment, is this Xbox exclusive?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Alright, let's move on to the next thing. Nick, did you watch any of this, or have you heard anything about this? The VGX controversy?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Crap.
Okay.
The VGA good.
Well, here's the thing. Last Saturday was the VGX. I don't even want to call it the VGXs, because it was just VGX.
VGAs.
I don't even know what to call it.
See, the VGAs are good. The VGX.
Yeah. The VGA's Video Game Awards last year was apparently the last one in front of a live audience. This year, the VGX had Joel McHale, the comedian, hosting.
Don't know anything about him.
Hosting with Jeff Knightley. I can't even say his last name. Whatever. Jeff Knightley.
That guy.
That guy. Yeah, that guy. I gotta find out how to say his last name. Anyway, essentially they moved from a live audience with some big celebrities there to this small studio live stream with no live audience. It was weird. Joel McHale was making bad jokes about all the gamer stereotypes, making fun of all the developers that came on and talked, insulted everybody essentially.
I'm gonna stop you right here.
Sure.
You should see our faces right now. Logan and I were off elsewhere doing something entirely different. Probably playing PS4 some of the time.
We were doing the old-fashioned Christmas.
Well, yeah, and then I think we played
did play
PS4 during it.
Right?
Yeah.
The update was happening. The China Right. No,
Oh,
that wasn't China Right.
No, it wasn't.
That was general update.
It
took forever.
Yeah, it did. You should. We have no idea about this, and we're just sitting here, kind of like, what? That's the entire look. It's just like, what?
Essentially,
Why?
the VGX was there to give awards to the best games of the year, essentially, right? Game of the year went to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Of course.
Which this is incredibly odd.
Grand Theft Auto game. That's
they couldn't give multiple awards to one game, right?
You can't?
No.
Why not?
Assassin's Creed 4
Michael
won.
Phelps has like 12 gold medals.
Assassin's Creed 4 won Best Action Adventure Game, and The Last of Us.
Wouldn't that be Battlefield?
Naughty Dog won Best Studio of the Year.
Yeah.
Not Ubisoft? I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
No, but Naughty Dog won that. But Game of the Year went to Grand Theft Auto 5, which I don't understand.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Rockstar North, more particularly.
Rockstar South, East, or West?
No.
Okay.
So, Rockstar North developed it, and
Hey, if anybody wants some
it was
tips.
incredibly buggy. Online was just
What did you do
terrible.
in the online? 'Cause
I didn't even play the online.
You didn't.
All I really heard about it were like online jokes, like you can do this in Grand Theft Auto, you can do this in Grand Theft Auto. It's like none of this is actually really.
I
true.
really
It's
never
just
did any of that.
Arrow
Like
to the
yoga,
ninja when-
the yoga stuff. I never did the yoga stuff.
So it's like
Bicycling,
What?
I did it like once or
Why
twice.
the heck can you do yoga? Like, what is the purpose of doing yoga on a video
Increasing
game?
your stamina or something like that.
I bet Chris did the yoga.
But the VGX essentially, I mean,
Downward dog.
Downward facing.
they were there to celebrate gamers. That's what their whole like mantra was. They were like, "We're here to celebrate the gamer,"
This
And
all
they were just
sounds
making
like
fun.
and
Stephen
all they
Colbert
really
was the
did
White
was
House
insult
correspondent.
them, and it was the worst show I've ever watched. But good news is they did announce a lot of new games there. Telltale Games. They announced 2 new games. One is a Borderlands game that they are making with the Borderlands license, right, from Gearbox, called Tales from the Borderlands. It's going to be an episodic series. Comes out in a season. They're gonna because Telltale usually releases their games like 5 episodes at a time, and they're each like an hour long. So it's kind of cool. They charge like $5-10 for each one. It's cool.
Now, will
Cool
this be
idea.
like a downloadable game?
Yeah.
So you won't be able to get the...
Not at launch. Not when the first episode launches. When it's all said and done, like The Walking Dead was an
Yeah,
episodic
Borderlands
series.
is MMO, right?
Borderlands, it's
Borderlands?
co-op.
It's co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you play that with Drew?
No.
You thought about it.
No, I played it with Nick for a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe Drew thought about playing it with you.
Yeah, maybe. Telltale announced the second game, which I'm most excited for, the Game of Thrones.
Serious.
They're releasing an episodic series. They're making a Game of Thrones game.
At least you've read the books.
Yeah. But they're releasing a episodic series of that too, which I'm super excited for because I really love their Walking Dead games because they're very emotional and very good storytelling.
Is that a book or is it a movie?
What, The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
It was a TV show.
TV show.
But
okay.
Their games are based.
Yeah.
Their games are based off the graphic novel.
They had a decent Jurassic Park game.
They had a decent
When it
Jurassic
comes
Park
to,
game.
like,
They had their Back to the
walking,
Future games.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I actually played that small part.
The Back to the Future games they made?
small part.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
not good, not bad. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just Kramer when he's got those shoes, you know.
Seinfeld.
I call him Kramer. yes.
Yes, man.
Let's see, another game they announced. What else did they announce? They announced they showed off gameplay trailers or new trailers for The Witcher 3, which that game
Looks good.
is like when you think next gen gaming,
you think The Witcher 3.
you think The Witcher 3 because it blew my mind. I mean, it was in game, open world, multi-region.
Dang.
And I mean, it was like
Again,
Battlefield.
I
Think
asked this
Battlefield 4
Sounds like
Right.
Destiny.
mystical stuff.
turned up to like 15
Why 50?
It sounds
Really?
it sounds like Destiny to
or
me.
20. I mean, it was insane. It
25.
looks better than Destiny.
Ah.
This is like photorealistic.
Dang.
Oh, dang.
I mean, this is pristine.
It's going to be really scary when graphics actually look like
real.
life. It's like all of a sudden the holodeck, you know.
I'll have to show you the trailer. I'll be posting the trailers for these.
HCTV is
on the
already looks
site.
better than real life. So.
The second trailer they showed off is a technology, lighting, graphics trailer for The Division.
Oh, I want to play that game.
That game they showed off at E3. That's pretty cool too. It was pretty mind blowing because the gun physics in that game, like when you shoot a bullet, wherever the bullet hits on like a piece of glass, I mean the glass will react to that one particular bullet hit. So what they did, what really impressed me, was they had like a cop car that they shot, and depending on what the bullet hit, that particular thing reacted like it does in real life.
I always,
it's kind of
I
like
always love
Revolution.
when games have realistic physics. Like,
Because,
the more
yeah.
realistic physics, it doesn't matter about the graphics at all.
Right.
If the physics are realistic, then the game looks realistic.
You
Right.
hate the Magnavox Odyssey 2. Because the physics were awful.
Because they shot this cop car and they shot out the tires, and then they shot like the mirror, the side mirror, and I mean when the bullet hit, you know, pieces of glass fell off, and they kept hitting that piece of glass, right? And I mean it was phenomenal. That game really has me impressed.
Yeah,
From a graphic
I've wanted that game
standpoint.
since I saw it at E3.
Yeah, and the weather system and everything, how the snow comes in and it really affects it. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
No launch game for the PS4 or Xbox One has this stuff.
No, again, the launch games
Yeah.
aren't
Launch games.
that
Yeah.
much different.
The launch games are to hold you off until the games that have been in preparation and now can be worked with
For
the actual systems.
another thing, another game that was announced. Speaking of games that are they were from last gen, but they're coming to next gen, like Battlefield 4, Assassin's Creed, whatever. They're remaking Tomb Raider, the reboot of Tomb Raider that came out this past year, I think in March.
I heard about that.
I don't remember that game.
A lot of these games, they just kind of up-res it and up the graphics and up how it all runs and everything.
They're revamping it.
For that, they're building Tomb Raider, the game, from not the ground up, but they're pretty much redoing the entire game. They're adding realistic hair.
Finally.
Stuff.
Hey!
Hey, when you see the yarn-looking hair on Lara Croft and the new Tomb Raider,
Dibs on Lara
it
Croft.
didn't make me want to play the game.
Wait,
Because I was playing the
which
game and I was like, this looks good,
This one comes
but it
out.
doesn't look
There
that
you go.
good. So this one, that's pretty interesting.
It was on the PlayStation 1.
I
But
played
the
that.
game
Hey, I did too.
that ultimately
I always got
won the
confused.
show, the game that won the show,
The show.
that has everybody
Whole
talking.
show.
'Cause it was a
Ron
show.
Burgundy Reloaded. He's kind of a big deal.
Let me tell you about this game. It's called No Man's Sky. Okay? this game is possibly the most ambitious, craziest game I've ever seen. It's like Destiny. Okay,
That sounds good.
Okay.
Just from the basic start, because there are a lot of ambitious games out there.
let me tell you why this is so ambitious. This game is like Destiny. Okay, so it's kind of space, whatever. But instead of like our solar system, you can explore any world. So essentially, the guy who was talking about the game said, "Okay, let's say you're here, and like on Skyrim, you see a mountain, you can go explore that mountain." Essentially, what he's saying is, you're on this island or something. You see that mountain? Sure, you can go explore that mountain. You see that planet in the distance? You can get in your ship and fly there.
As long
No
as you
loading.
have enough gas.
No loading. You get to that
That's
planet.
a big
That
deal.
planet's not the same planet that you just left. Completely different. New exploration, stuff like this. You play with your friends.
Rocket Man.
Stuff like that. Whole space combat and everything. I gotta show you this trailer. Well, I'll show you the trailer after
That
it's over.
sounds incredibly ambitious and incredibly hard to do.
Okay.
Big game.
I gotta
that
show you
means-
what they've accomplished so
Because that
far.
means the map is not like you load in between.
Mm-hmm.
That means that is a solid piece.
Everything is. I
That
forgot the
means
word
map
they
is a real map. It is
Yeah.
like you can go from here to here.
Yeah.
There is no separation. It is a clean.
Everything is. I gotta show you because everything is its own. It develops itself pretty much, kind of like. I'll just
It
have to
sounds
show you.
self-aware. That's
no,
bad.
not self-aware. I'll
bad.
have to show it to you. I'll have to show you the trailer. But this game is being made not by like 500 to 1,000 people.
Oh yeah, you told me
Right?
about
This
that.
game is being made by 5 guys in their basement.
Five Guys, Burgers and Fries.
This is an indie game.
It's an indie.
It's an indie game
It's
that's
indie
being
game.
made by the guys who made Joe Danger. I don't know if you
So
guys
the
have ever really...
graphics are good.
They're pretty good.
Are they excellent graphics or
They're impressive graphics.
are they
That's-
on par with Battlefield 4?
Well, they're not
or
on a
AC?
multi-million-dollar...
This is true,
budget.
Logan. That
True. Well, I know
But
that
with
is
what they
ambitious.
have, with what they
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Okay.
with what they
It's
have, that's
incredibly
even more
impressive.
ambitious than like.
When you see the trailer, I'll show you the trailer. It's impressive. I'm going to pause the podcast to show them the trailer so they can give you their impression.
We're back, and we're back, ladies.
So
and
what do you
gentlemen.
think? What do you think?
Okay.
Keep in mind this is being made by 5 guys.
Yeah.
In their basement.
So far,
it's like if
they-
we
They
all
show.
just decided
They
to
say
make a
that
game.
they're showing real-time footage.
Yep, that's real
That's-
time. Yep.
That's impressive, but it's only a small piece. It
Right.
doesn't necessarily mean that they have all sorts of huge amounts of things made. But if they could do what they're trying to do, that would be impressive. That could
Also-
be an amazing
yeah.
game. The graphics are cartoony, which, I mean, it's not realistic, but you're on alien planets, stuff like that. It's not Earth.
Yeah.
It's
Bear back.
it's very, very, but what they do with the cartoony graphics is not like cartoon physics at all.
Yeah.
It is realistic physics. It
Yeah.
is nice physics. It looks
Like when you're flying through
good.
the asteroid field and you blow
Exactly.
a hole through an asteroid and fly right through
Yeah.
it. That's like those open-ended games. I love
Yeah.
that you can just go and do anything.
Exactly.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Those games
That sounds like me trying to play Battlefield. It's like I'm gonna go.
when
do random
Battlefield
crap.
when Battlefield opens up to be pretty much an entire state. That's when it's going to get really impressive.
I'm not sure it will.
One
I
day
mean, that would be a
it might.
massive battle.
I
but, you
think
know.
something like that. MMO quality, like big,
did you
massive
ever
region.
Yeah.
Well, again, that would change the fundamental nature of what Battlefield is. And do you want to tamper with such
Battlefront,
a
guys,
successful
Battlefront,
novel?
come on.
Battlefront, maybe not.
Battlefront could do that.
Battlefront.
Battlefield. Battlefield is more of a. It's kind of a in the now kind of game. It's semi-realistic, you know, and not real. And the only thing that isn't real is like the actual war that's going on or whatever.
Well,
But it's like at the moment, the battles are small scale. They're
Right.
not enormous. Like, but if you think about like the Clone Wars in Star Wars, the battles are massive.
Right,
They cover
right.
huge areas
Space and land at the same time.
because you've got thousands of clones, thousands of droids. Everybody's just fighting. That's kind of like the state size battle.
Right.
You know, It's like an entire planet at war.
And space, and on space.
I won't be happy until they make a game about Robot Pirate Island.
Robot Pirate Island?
Someone please tell me they got the reference.
I think I did.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Yes. That really does sound like Robot Pirate Island.
I think. Yeah.
What I think with the
I
game
haven't
is,
seen that forever.
it's very ambitious, and it will either A, be amazing, or it will flop. That's just the way I feel about it.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah, well,
I don't think.
without saying.
I mean,
I bet it'll be great.
I think it's very impressive.
They didn't actually put out like what the kind of game is, but
yeah,
I would say it's more of a shooter.
It is a shooter. Yeah, it's a first-person shooter.
It's an exploration game.
That's what I'm hoping. It's more of an adventure exploration.
I think that's what it is.
It's not like
with shooting mechanics.
It's not like you're gonna go out and like try and hunt somebody down and shoot them. No,
that's
you're
why
going
at
to
the
go
beginning of the video
and just do whatever.
The beginning of the trailer when you're in that ocean kind of thing, and it says such and such ocean has been discovered, shared with your friends. Like that means you've discovered that planet. They can go.
And there will be people who won't like that kind of game, but that's exactly what I would like. It's like something where you can go and just do.
Yeah.
It's like an RPG in the truest sense of it.
Yeah.
It's like
I love that.
You can just go and do whatever you want. There is no limits, nothing.
And I just
that
think
would be cool.
And I just think that the fact that 5 guys are making this in their basement.
Seriously.
Logan's rolling his eyes like, oh well.
It sounds like the beginnings of
Apple
Apple to me.
I love Battlefield because
what if Battlefield was made by 5 guys in their basement?
They'd be the smartest people in the world, but they're not.
But that's what I'm saying. These guys have been making this game, I don't know how long they've been making it, but I mean, But
if it
that's
turns
all
out
they
as
do.
good as they say it's going to, as they're trying to make it off to be, it is going to be very.
We don't actually know a lot about it so far.
Yeah, we don't.
Which is why
we don't know a lot about the new Battlefront
I'm
game.
intrigued. That's the thing.
Exactly.
I'm intrigued.
It's
The
like
Game of Thrones,
could be.
the Game of Thrones game. I'm excited. I think it's going to be good, but it doesn't have me intrigued.
This
has me seriously intrigued.
They don't really make these kinds of open world, do whatever kinds of games.
Indie developers don't do this. Indie developers don't make these open world games.
Neither do the big names either. They don't make games like that.
Well, some do. Of
course,
they're known
we're
for
kind
it.
of romanticizing this. It's like if it turns out to be this, which is what it looks like. I think that's exactly where they're trying to lead you.
Yeah, because you can get what they show. I mean, sure they showed some cuts away from it, but that's just
and
to keep the trailer.
The different stuff. It's like, whoa, my mind is blown. This is so much cool.
Well, when they're taking off in that ship and flying away, that's they kind of. They flash other stuff, but that's just to keep the trailer going. One of the developers of the game, one of the 5 guys, cut the trailer himself. He got into his video editing program and made the trailer himself. So, I mean, just to kind of keep the trailer moving, he kind of added some of those stuff in. But my impression was that when you took off, you flew straight to space. That's awesome. That's probably what's going to happen in Battlefront.
I'll buy Battlefront, but I probably won't buy this game.
Really?
Probably will.
Yeah, because you don't like games that
you don't like games like that.
Objective.
There's got to be an objective for me to have any fun.
Hey, I agree with you.
What if the objective in this game is to go and explore new planets, fight off the dangerous wildlife
this is the basis for Star Trek, guys,
and set up a base there.
Yes, that's why it's for Star Wars to Star Trek, because in Star Wars there's the Empire or the clones.
Well, here's the thing: you could be doing that in that game. You could just be making the strongest empire.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't know what
we don't know what.
So, yeah.
I bet that's what it is.
But that's what I'm excited for.
This is like Space Age of Empires, maybe
it would be.
But if it isn't,
what really intrigues me is I have seen open world games where it kind of loads. You don't approach the edge of the map and then the next part loads, but as you go, it loads what's going to happen.
This looks like it's already loaded.
It looks like it's already loaded, and maybe it loads as it goes, and it goes very, very coherently. But what it also has is you can see the distance.
Yeah.
So there is a planet over there. It gets closer to you as you get to it, and it's always there. It's like you can see it's there. You just need to go.
I'm just excited for this game because it's probably not. The thing is, it's going to be this ambitious, and it's probably not going to cost $60.
Yeah,
It's probably going to cost $25.
What I'm
Yeah.
It's an
excited
indie
about
game.
It's an indie game. It's not going
is
to
the
cost
next Wolfenstein.
That's going to be good. But also,
Have you heard anything about that recently or no?
Quit changing the subject.
but this
Not
game,
good.
this game
Yeah, keep going.
has me excited more for Battlefront, like we keep going back to.
Yeah, I'll buy Battlefront.
Because
Me
Battlefront, it's going to be. If DICE doesn't do this, they're making a mistake.
too. But they
Where
already said they don't want to
you
do
can
it like
go
Battlefield.
from-
They want it to be different.
you can go from ground to space combat instantly.
Well, again, that was the promise they made when they were talking about Battlefront 3, but that was years ago.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And if they don't do that,
But that's
that's
what-
a problem.
But it wasn't
But
DICE.
that's what they're gonna look
DICE was
through-
the developer then, wasn't
that's
it?
what they're
No,
going to
they
look to when they're going to make Battlefront. What did people want at the end of Battlefront 2?
Well, that's gonna be the most impressive thing. Is when you can get into like a TIE fighter and go into space and take the rebel.
I'm more of a snow
Space
speeder guy
station.
myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like the space conquest and the land conquest mixed together.
That'd be cool if they do it.
And that'd be perfect.
Either
And you
one
can
of them.
only
I
get
hope they do it.
you can't get this kind of stuff in Battlefield.
Nah.
It's not realistic.
Nope.
It's sci-fi. It's cool.
That's why I'm excited for this No Man's Sky game. It's because it's different.
No Man's Sky.
No
That's
Man's
an,
Sky.
That's an intriguing name.
It really
because
is.
It's No Man's Land, but it's not land. It's the
Now,
sky.
if there was a
It's
World War One game
space.
called No Man's
It's
Land,
infinite.
I'd totally buy it. We're coming up on 100 years. I mean, come on.
Also,
Make a World War One game.
I'm pretty
Dino D-Day.
excited for it.
What?
I don't think it's going to come out next year. I think it's
No,
going to come out in 2015. I think that's what the developer said when he was doing the interview on the VGX
man.
thing.
It's going to take a while, I'm sure, especially when there's only 5 of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe there'll be a 6th. Who knows?
It's pretty impressive. It's to have that much passion just to make a game, and they make money off of it too.
I know.
That's the
That's-
thing. They
Indie
make a
gamers
lot
are
of
really
money.
impressive because they don't have a big name to back them up. They
Right.
just have a game.
Right. And now that they can develop and publish their games on like the PS4 and hopefully as easily on the Xbox One, that's
Why?
awesome.
Why hopefully it's usually... We're
Well,
trying to win this.
I've heard some issues.
I
People
have-
developing
yeah,
their
yeah.
indie games on that. It's just an exciting time to be a gamer, a developer, any
Heck,
sort of
what a
developer.
time to be alive, man.
What a time to be alive.
I'll take my safety razor and my mechanical pocket watch and...
All right. Well, that's it for the news. Let's talk about the games that we should be playing this weekend. Nick, what should we be playing this weekend?
Let's see here.
Lego Marbles, right?
No.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I asked around my school, and the most popular outcome was Injustice.
Injustice, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody asked, they love it.
You don't really like Injustice, though.
I don't really like it.
You should. Well,
I love DC. I love DC. But it's just,
Says the
it's a
guy
Mortal
wearing a Marvel
Kombat
shirt.
fighter, but I don't know, I'm not really that big a fan of Mortal Kombat. So it's
Yeah,
doesn't really reach out.
it does feel like
It doesn't really
played
reach out
Mortal
for me.
Kombat.
I did, it's not really that great.
Will,
Sorry, but it's not that great.
Will, what game should we be playing this weekend?
Maybe not this weekend, but this coming week, Namco High. It's coming out Tuesday it was created by a joint between the Namco company and the writer of Homestuck, Andrew Hussey. And
Andrew.
Andrew. No,
Yeah.
maybe not Andrew.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hussey. We just call him Hussey. But
Hussey.
it proves to be interesting. He said he was just kind of like, what the heck, we'll make a dating simulator? And Namco went with it. Which is like, it's like, okay, there's something there.
They're a little
Hussey is a bit crazy, but when a well-known
Yeah.
and old company goes with it,
Goes with it.
it's like, let's just see what happens.
It's different.
They're
Yeah.
And I mean, they gave him funding. They put money into it. They were like, let's make a game that's going to be good.
Right.
And I think it promises to be.
Namco has been a little strapped for cash after their last success, Pac-Man. Or Mrs. Pac-Man. It's
Baby Pac-Man?
Logan,
was there a baby Pac-Man?
Where's Pac-Man Jr.?
There's Pac-Man Jr.
Okay.
Logan, what game should we be playing this weekend?
Battlefield 4.
I thought you were going to say Pac-Man.
Even with
for a
all the
second.
glitches.
Even with all the glitches. which
All
are
the
getting
glitches.
smaller
There aren't
all
any
the
glitches.
time.
I really haven't seen any glitches.
Me,
recently.
I only seen it one time.
mean, in the beginning there was a lot of glitching, and it just quit a lot of the time.
It was fucking terrible.
Pretty much, yeah. But now it seems to be have gotten a lot better.
It's a lot, especially if you have
working
well.
well.
Again, do you know what's going on with China Rising? I haven't been able to join a match.
Glitches.
China Rising
Server instability.
China Rising. Well,
Nobody wants to play.
Well, again, maybe nobody even has it. So.
No, well,
Yeah,
server instability, as in
nobody's
nobody
downloaded
can
it.
join that server with you.
Yeah, well,
Nobody's
it's kind of fun to run around
Nobody
for a
wants
couple
to
minutes
play with
alone.
you.
Right.
The new maps are sweet. They are so much better than the old maps. No water, thank God.
Logan has big problems with the water, although I love the water because it's physicsy.
I like water. I like water a lot.
You know,
Hey, me
it's-
too.
I have to keep me
90% of it,
alive.
so
You know, but
where's 90%
the water,
I'm
the
drinking
water
it right
does
now.
put a bit of a damper on some of the
the running
maps and like running. You have to swim, and it's easy to get shot when you're swimming, even under the water, which is realistic.
If they
but-
can see you.
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know. I kind of like the water. stuff.
it's nice, and I do like it, but too much water is too much. So
Yeah,
you put
I
it in
can-
the
I
middle
can
of
see
the
that.
ocean. It's like you get stranded. Like
Well, that
Your
takes off of a
your helicopter dies way out to the edge of the map. You have to swim all the way back in, or somehow find a way to kill yourself.
Well, there's a killer. This is an option to like respawn, but it takes away one of your team's
Yeah.
respawns.
Yeah, it's just like that's a bit of a pain. I like the hotel, the resort map,
Yeah,
I like that one.
which has water
the
off to
Indian
one
or the
side.
Hawaiian
It's got
resort or
land on
something.
the other side, and there's a river kind of going in the middle.
Yeah.
and that's nice.
a river runs through it.
I like the dam one.
What's it called?
I like
Yeah.
that where there's
Yeah.
like water on one side and completely
And then there's land,
on
and there's
the
an
other.
island too.
There's an
See,
island
Point
that-
Charlie is in the middle, right on that
Yeah,
little island.
Yeah, and that island
Point
is always
C.
very.
The last
It's
time
almost
we-
a determining factor, which is
The
kind of a
last time
pain, but
me and Alex
it's really
played
hard to
together,
defend.
We took that island.
you and me together, 2 people against like
12.
10.
We took the island though.
Yeah.
We took the island.
we took it. That was good. This weekend, I don't know. I'm gonna stay away from next gen games because if you have a PS3 and you have PlayStation Plus, Borderlands 2 is free. So pick that sucker up. I mean, if you have a PS4 and a PS3 and you have PlayStation Plus, Borderlands 2 is a great game. I'm downloading it right now.
If you have an Xbox, the original Xbox, throw it away. That's all I have to say.
All right, predictions for next week. Nick, go.
Jack 4. I'm always hoping.
All right, that's a good prediction right there.
Even if it doesn't happen, I'll still hope.
Yeah. Will, what's your prediction for next week?
EA is probably going to get more flack. There's going to be so many more bugs in the PS4 and the Xbox One. Everybody's going to be fighting everybody else. Complain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
Sounds
Pretty
like
much
what has
like
happened
it.
every week
since launch, yeah.
Every time, you know.
Logan, prediction
Fraser spin-off series.
What?
What?
for PS4 or Xbox One?
Yes.
Is this a
Chelsea
Telltale
Grammer,
game?
David Hyde Pierce, Perry Gilpin. The whole work.
Yeah, it's a Telltale game. Their third
Yeah, that's what I
game.
thought.
Yes, Fraser.
Great game.
I'd buy it.
Hey, me
I'd buy,
too.
I would buy an Xbox to play a Fraser
Be
game.
the two
Hey,
of
me
you.
too, me too. I
And
would
the
like
two of you alone.
We'd have a hell of a
Oh,
time, though. I mean,
Also at the VGX, they showed off some Titanfall stuff.
Ooh.
Titanfall is another game I'd want.
I really don't know how I feel about that game anymore.
Really?
It looks like a pretty good game.
I was
It looks like a really
I was
good
never
game.
really into what I saw.
But
I don't do next though.
But
It's
now-
different. It's
but-
cool.
when it releases, there's other games I'd rather be playing. You know?
Especially
There's always
since you
other
have a
games.
PS4.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
There's always been.
But my prediction for next week, I think it's going
find
to
out what
be
everyone's talking about. I can't remember what he said after that.
somebody's going to
Crazy.
announce.
Find out
Somebody's
what
going to
everyone's talking
announce
about such and
a
such.
big game next week.
I don't know.
I don't know what that will be,
You're expecting a big game.
but I think some sort of big sequel to a game will be announced.
Jack
this
4.
week. I don't know about Jack
That's a
4.
quadruple.
I don't know about. I
Still a
think
sequel.
I just have like that hunch, you know, that
Will it be a
like
Wednesday?
the new Batman game will be announced,
Or
Batman
Jack.
versus Superman, or Jack 4,
Or Jack.
or the Fraser game
Yeah.
for Xbox One.
or
That'd be cool.
or
You
the
know.
next Call of Duty is announced. Even though I'm not excited for it, I just
World
have that
War
feeling.
One game. a World War I game
Doubt
would be
it.
freaking. It's the 100th anniversary
Hey,
of 2014.
There is a World War I game coming out for PS4. It's an indie game.
What is
It's
it?
called. Is it
Uh,
Warfare 1917? They've done
no.
that for the PC already.
No.
It's a good game.
no, it's
I may know about this.
I can't remember what it's called. It's very gory.
World War I is my favorite war to study because everyone
It's
studies
about
World
trench
War
warfare, and I can't remember what it's.
more.
I can't remember what it's
II.
called.
Yeah, well, I mean, without the first one, you wouldn't have the second one.
Well, that's true, but I mean, it's
Well, I study obscure things. Yes, Alex.
fine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for episode 9 of the College Gamer Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Alex Tudor. That was Nick Nudor. Nick Tudor. Nick Tudor. Hey, you didn't say your name.
But you did. You say it right.
Well, you should have said your name, Nick Tudor.
Nick Nudor.
Wow.
Hey, I'm Nick Nudor. Thanks.
And I'm Logan Sowers, and on this bombshell, it's time to go.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.